Dear Taurus, let us speak today of a pressure that has followed you, a persistent hurry that has tried to erode the very bedrock of your soul. There is someone in your life, perhaps someone you once held dear, who has looked upon your steadfastness and seen only stagnation. They gazed upon the seeds you were quietly planting, those tangible dreams built on patience and practicality, and called them folly. They whispered of shortcuts and quick wins until you began to mistake their frantic pace for wisdom, making you feel slow in moments when your soul knew it was building something to last. This is not a story of revenge, dear one. It is a story of revelation. The universe is not conspiring to punish this person. It is conspiring to reveal the undeniable truth of who you are. You did not find your way to this space by accident. Your spirit, in its unwavering quest for authenticity and stability, guided you here because a profound shift is already underway. A chapter is closing an era where this person could impose their chaos upon your peace without consequence is ending, not with a fiery confrontation, but with the quiet, inevitable harvest of a well-tended garden. If you have ever felt this pressure to rush from someone whose opinion once mattered, I invite you to take a sacred pause and write in the comments below, "My foundation was never theirs to shake." Let this not be an act of defiance, but a quiet, powerful declaration to yourself and to the universe that you are reclaiming the stewardship of your own sacred ground. A force far greater than any single human emotion is gently rearranging the world around you. It is not positioning you as an instrument of karma in a vengeful sense. Rather, it is positioning you to be a living testament to the truth. Soon, this person will stand before you, not in defeat, but in awe. They will witness the tangible empire you have built, the deep peace you inhabit, and in that moment, they will understand. They will not feel punished. They will feel the profound ache of a security they failed to recognize, a stability they chose not to cultivate. What we will uncover together in the next few minutes is not a battle plan, but a soul map, showing you how this beautiful, organic unfolding will manifest. It is a story of divine alignment, where your most natural qualities, your patience, your diligence, your loyalty, become the very catalysts that restore a balance they once tried to break. Can you feel it already? A subtle settling in the air, a quiet reclaiming of your space, as if the energy in your life is finally grounding back to its rightful center, your inner peace. Let us sit with this for a moment. Do you remember the weight of their impatience? The sting of a dismissive glance when you shared a long-term plan? Every time they questioned your pace, your methods, your brilliant potential for enduring success, it was as if they were trying to convince a deep-rooted oak tree that it was failing for not growing as fast as a weed. These moments were not just fleeting pains, they were seeds. The universe did not archive them as evidence for a trial, but as catalysts for your growth. Each wave of their impatience was a force you had to brace against, strengthening the roots of your own self-belief for years as you quietly tended to your inner garden, cultivating your gifts, growing wiser and more secure. This person remained standing outside the gates, peering through the lens of instant gratification. They insisted on seeing your process as inaction, refusing to acknowledge the magnificent foundation you were building. It was not a simple oversight, dear Taurus. It was a choice, a willful blindness born from a place of fear. And now, the natural consequence of choosing to live in chaos is that one must eventually reckon with the sight of true peace. Karma, in its purest form, is not a punishment sent from above. It is the soul's curriculum. It is the universe gently holding up a mirror, showing us the direct result of the energy we have put out into the world. In the case of the one who rushed you, karma will not arrive as a storm. It will arrive as you. You, in your simple, authentic, and prosperous existence, will become the mirror that shows them everything they missed, not to shame them, but to awaken them. The most profound part of this journey is that you will not have to force this recognition. You will not have to prepare a speech or present a list of your accomplishments. It will unfold as naturally as a season changing. It is the inevitable result of your unwavering commitment to your own growth, and the universe is now clearing the stage for your truth to be seen. Are you prepared to simply be yourself, and in doing so, become the reflection that shows this person the vast, beautiful world they missed by choosing to run instead of build? What makes this cosmic alignment so pure is that you were not seeking it. Your heart holds no space for vengeance. While they were nurturing their anxieties, you were nurturing your soul. You were living your life, following the steadfast call of your heart, and developing the gifts you were brought here to share. It was precisely this, your authenticity, your lack of resentment, your focus on creation, rather than destruction, that qualified you to be a beacon of this divine truth. The universe does not work through vessels clouded by anger. It works through souls who are aligned with love and integrity. Let us look deeper, with compassion, at the heart of their impatience. This person did not rush you because of a failing in you. They rushed you because they were looking at the world through the narrow window of their own anxiety. They could not conceive of a spirit as patient as yours because their own spirit felt unstable, built on sand. They projected their own fears, their own insecurities, their own need for instant results onto you. And now, the universe will gently show them that what they deemed impossible is not only possible for you, but it is the reality you now inhabit. While they were busy talking about shortcuts, you were busy building an empire. Over the coming weeks, you will begin to notice the gentle signs of this shift. They will not be grand, dramatic events, but quiet moments of grace. A financial opportunity you've been working toward will finally materialize. You will look around your home and you will feel a deep, unshakable sense of security, a stark contrast to the chaos of this person's world. These are not signs of a checkmate being prepared. They are the universe sending you love notes, affirming that you are on the right path, that you are trusted and seen for who you truly are. The pivotal moment is drawing near. It will not be a confrontation. It will be a situation where you are no longer the one seeking their approval, but they are the ones standing in need of your stability. Perhaps they will need your solid advice, your material support, or simply the profound peace that radiates from your stable world. The roles will not be reversed in a power play. They will be restored to their natural order. The mountain does not seek the approval of the wind. It simply stands, and the wind eventually quiets in its presence. Can you feel this energy of restoration beginning to flow into your life, not as a victory, but as a homecoming to yourself? What is so moving about this process, dear Taurus, is that it does not diminish you, it elevates you. To be a conduit for this kind of truth is a sacred responsibility. You are not being used to teach a harsh lesson, but to offer a profound opportunity for healing for them and for you. They need to learn, for the sake of their own soul's journey, that devaluing another's process is a form of self-imprisonment. They need to understand that judging a person's potential from the outside is like trying to guess the strength of an oak tree by looking at a single leaf. And you are the perfect soul to embody this teaching. Where they perceived slowness, you were cultivating strength. Where they saw impractical dreams, you were building a reality of comfort and purpose. Where they predicted stagnation, you constructed a fortress of resilience. Your very existence has become a gentle, loving rebuttal to their entire worldview. The universe chose you because you hold the perfect alchemy of qualities. You have grown beyond the need for their validation, but you have not forgotten the sting of being unseen. You carry the humility of one who was once underestimated, yet you now walk with the quiet dignity of a soul who knows its own worth. In the days to come, I invite you to pay attention, not with anxiety, but with a gentle curiosity. Observe the opportunities that present themselves, no matter how small. They are threads in a grand tapestry being woven to place you in a position of grace. The universe seldom works in loud, theatrical strokes. It works in whispers, in synchronicities, in a series of ordinary events that, when viewed together, reveal a loving and intelligent design. Also, observe your own heart. When you think of this person, or when their name is mentioned, what do you feel? If you notice that the old charge of hurt or frustration has softened into a quiet neutrality, or even a gentle compassion, this is the sign that you are ready. Your emotional peace is what allows this divine energy to flow through you purely, without the distortion of ego. When the moment arrives and your heart will know your only task is to be authentically you, offer your wisdom with kindness. Share your abundance with generosity. Embody the peace you have cultivated. The stark, beautiful contrast between the person you have become and the small box they tried to put you in will be the entire lesson. Are you ready to allow your own authenticity to be the gentle, powerful force that illuminates the truth for you both? What moves my own soul the most, dear Taurus, is what this will reveal to you about yourself. When you stand in that moment, seeing the recognition in their eyes, you will not feel a surge of victory or a flicker of malicious satisfaction. You will feel something far more profound, something that speaks to the true majesty of your spirit. You will feel compassion. A deep, knowing compassion for a soul so trapped in its own narrative of anxiety that it could not recognize the abundance of spirit standing right before it. This compassion will not arise from a place of moral superiority. It will blossom from a place of deep spiritual understanding. You will see, with perfect clarity, that their impatience was never about you. It was a cry from their own restless soul, a testament to their own fears. Secure, stable, and whole people do not need to rush others to feel productive. They celebrate patient growth wherever they find it, for they know that another's harvest takes nothing from their own. When this truth settles into your bones, the entire story transforms. This person is no longer your antagonist. They are a wounded soul who, in their own way, pushed you to ground yourself even more deeply. Your response will no longer be emotional. It will be transcendent. And here is the most sacred part of this entire journey. When this person finally sees you, truly sees you, the lesson is not just for them. It is for the world. They will not only learn not to devalue others, they will be forced to look inward. They will have to ask themselves, how many other beautiful processes have I misjudged? How many opportunities for real connection have I missed because of my own haste? How many times has my own fear prevented me from building something real? Your role as a catalyst in their life extends far beyond a personal dynamic. It is an invitation for them to awaken, to become more humble, more patient, more capable of seeing the divine in others. And if they accept this invitation, you will both emerge from this experience more whole, more loving, and more aligned with your true purpose. During this time, you will also discover magnificent aspects of yourself. You will realize that your inner strength is more vast and resilient than you ever imagined. You will see that your capacity to move forward with a steady heart is one of your greatest superpowers. You will understand that every single moment you spent feeling underestimated was not wasted time. It was sacred preparation. Every impatient word they spoke was pressure that made the foundation of your self-worth more dense, more unshakable. Without knowing it, they were a part of your becoming. And when you fully grasp this, a feeling of gratitude may wash over you. Not gratitude for their unkindness, but gratitude for the journey it initiated. They forced you to dig deeper, to find a confidence built not on the shifting sands of external praise, but on the bedrock of your own soul's truth. The moment of revelation will not be a victory over them. It will be a victory over the last lingering whispers of self-doubt they tried to plant within you. It will be the final, glorious confirmation that you were never the person they said you were. You were always, and have always been, the person your soul knew you could become. The justice here is poetic and perfect, because it will be delivered through the simple, graceful exercise of your own gifts. You will not need to strive or fight. You only need to be. Your authentic, peaceful presence alone is the entire sermon. Dear Taurus, in the time leading up to this moment, you may feel a new energy building within you, a quiet, grounded confidence that comes from a deep knowing of your own value, a profound calm that comes from trusting that truth, like a mighty tree, cannot be rushed. This energy will act as a magnet, drawing to you the people and situations that will perfectly position you for that moment of graceful revelation. And when it happens, you will both know, with an unshakable certainty, that this is no coincidence. You will feel the hand of a higher intelligence, lovingly orchestrating this moment so that balance is restored and all hearts can heal. Prepare to be astonished by your own grace. Prepare to discover a depth of maturity within you that you may not have fully acknowledged. And prepare to feel a satisfaction that comes not from seeing another humbled, but from seeing truth beautifully and finally set free. The one who doubted you is about to be offered one of their most important lessons, and you will be the teacher simply by being the peace. This experience will liberate you completely from any lingering energetic cords to this person. You will finally be able to walk forward, unburdened by the need to prove anything to anyone. Because once the truth of who you are is seen so clearly, there is nothing left to prove. The universe will have spoken through you, and you will realize that being a catalyst for karma is not about punishment. It is about healing. Healing for them as they learn to open their eyes, and healing for you as you are set free from the last shadow of their doubt. Your time has come, dear Taurus, the time to show the world, and most importantly, yourself, the magnificent truth of your being, not with a bang, but with a quiet, undeniable harvest. The universe has already prepared the soil. The fruits of your labor are ripe. All you have to do is step into your garden and claim them. Are you ready to fully assume your role, not as an instrument of justice, but as a beacon of peace, and show the world that your foundation was never meant to be shaken? If this message has resonated in the deepest chambers of your heart, it is because your soul already knows this to be true. Subscribe to this channel to create a sacred space, a safe harbor where your strength is not just tolerated, but deeply and joyfully celebrated. What happens next is just the beginning of a new chapter where you will never again allow anyone to convince you that you are anything less than a force of nature. You are about to discover that you were always right about yourself. Thrive on, dear Taurus. The ground has always been yours to build upon.